The definition of the word criminal is someone who has committed a crime. And I'm sure if you've heard of Jschlatt before, you probably know that he's made a few disturbing remarks.
You know why they call me Steel Toe? Because in 1999, I brutally murdered I'm very familiar with baseball bets. You know why? Because I brutally murdered 5 people man because of what I did with a maraca back in the 90s. They call me the Hook Man because in 1972...
You get the point. On the surface, these could just be some dark jokes, but on the ASO channel, we don't look at the surface. So we're gonna reopen the Jschlatt case and finally solve this mystery. Luckily, it's very easy to get evidence on Jschlatt because he is a very incriminating person. In one of Jschlatt's streams, where he was reacting to viewers' videos, one viewer in particular submitted a clip and it just got very disturbing. Watch carefully, okay?
Here's the most important part. Let's count how many blankets I have. 1, 2, 3.
There better not be a L'Manberg blanket.
9 and 10. Oh, map of downtown Chicago. Interesting. There. January 17th, 1999. A man with mutton chops came up to me, gun pointed to my head.
This is a lie. This is a lie. Didn't happen. I didn't do that.
Oh yeah, here's my dresser too.
Okay, I have to address that. It was just straight up a lie. Nothing happened in downtown Chicago.
Now, looking at Jschlatt's reaction, we can all agree that that was suspicious. This viewer was approached by a man with mutton chops in the year 1999. Supposedly, he was held by gunpoint. But regarding them saying that this happened in downtown Chicago, that is just completely false and incorrect. This viewer, they pointed on a map, and they pointed in the location of Candleport Riverwalk Park. And according to Jschlatt's wiki, it says that the man escaped, thankfully. But unfortunately, there's so much more. What's even scarier about all of this, we don't know why Jschlatt is so rageful and keeps committing these crimes. We have no idea. But 4 months later, he struck again.
Yeah.
I've been tracking you down for the past 5 years. I lost my memory for nearly 2 decades after what you tried to pull in 99. You thought you got me, but I'm back. And I remember now. I remember everything. April 9th.
The worst thing about this clip in particular is that we have no idea what happened. The only thing that we know is that a crime occurred. We have no idea what Jschlatt did to that poor viewer. All that we know is something happened between Jschlatt and the viewer, causing the viewer to lose all of their memories until recently. That doesn't sound pleasant. It's known that Jschlatt was called the Sword Man back in 99, and that's not to be confused with the Urban Dictionary meaning. They labeled him the Sword Man because, according to Jschlatt himself, he committed a mass homicide with a sword in a public place. Not to mention, he confessed that as he was playing the Wii.
You know what they call me? They call me the Sword Man. Because in 1999, I committed mass homicide with a sword.
Really brought out the worst in him. And to continue the Wii theme, just watch this clip. Pay attention.
Because in 1999, I brutally murdered 7 women with my steel-toe Timberlands.
Steel-toe Timberlands are boots, and he's wearing them as he's playing the Wii. Not sponsored. Now, I believe that Jschlatt's sanity or memory is kind of just going out of whack because he completely contradicts himself in one of his streams by saying that everyone back in 99 called him Mr. Knife.
We need a knife! Now Cooking Mama's gonna realize why they call me Mr. Knife. You know what I did with a knife back in 1999, Cooking Mama? One thing's for sure. It was brutal.
Where the hell did Sword Man come from? Now listen, I'm trying to make this video as accurate as I possibly can. And there's a chance that he committed both crimes with a knife and a sword and they just labeled him with both names. But I don't know about that. Judging by the fact that he doesn't really specify what he did with the knife other than saying it was just brutal, I don't think I want to count this. I think he might have just got the sword and knife mixed up. Now, I've been talking about what Jschlatt did back in 99, but let's be honest, if he did all of that in 1 year, there has to be more. 1970s was a decade full of change for people and our technological advances, but something else changed. Jschlatt, who would have guessed? This is the year where Jschlatt's crimes were beginning to be documented. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of documentation for what Jschlatt did back in 1970s, but we do have a vague understanding.
They call me the Hook Man because in 1972, I brutally assaulted 2 women with a hook.
It all started with a young couple cuddling in a car listening to the radio when an emergency broadcast began to play. Anyone that sees a man carrying a hook must report it to the authorities immediately. His name is J. He was a convicted serial killer that had escaped from institution. Stay inside and lock your doors. God bless America. The young couple, understandably shaken up by the report, decided to begin driving back home. But on their way back home, for whatever reason, they had to pull over. We have nothing on the reason why they decided to pull over. Whether they were flagged down by someone on the road or they had to, do the business in the bushes, we don't know. But what we do know is that they were both discovered in the early morning. One deceased and the other in critical condition. They both didn't make it. Now, to be clear, I am not making up random stories for the sake of this video, okay? The wiki here says he attacked 2 women, but come on, it has to be deeper than just him attacking some woman, all right? It has to be a little bit deeper. So I did some digging, and I found out that the Hook Man is actually an urban legend of a killer with a pirate-like hook for a hand. No one knows what his face looks like. For all we know, it could be that mutton-chopped bearded man known as Jschlatt. So I ended up just merging those 2 stories together. Hope you're happy. I know what you're thinking though. Jschlatt has 2 hands, bro. What are you talking about? You are a fool. If you think Jschlatt has 2 hands, then you might as well just believe the earth is flat. Have you seen them in person? That's right, you haven't. But I am also willing to prove myself wrong, so go ahead and subscribe and send this to Jschlatt, and maybe I will go to fly to Austin and shake his hand if he's willing. I might not make it back alive for that one. But even after the 1970s and the 90s, Jschlatt still has committed crimes, leaving a trail of tragedy. In 2010, he was called Freddy because he saved a woman's life, but...
You know what they call me? They call me Freddy. You know why they call me Freddy? Because in 2010, I saved this girl's life, and then she caught feelings for me, but you know what? It wasn't the type of love I was interested in.
So he took her out, not on a date, to be clear. And guess what? That was the only crime committed in that entire decade, until 2020. I don't know what hurt Jschlatt's feelings, if it was the lockdown, or if someone spit in his spaghetti, but he wanted to take over the world. Jschlatt didn't just predict Prince Philip's passing. No, that was too little for him. He decided to make multiple tweets referencing the Queen's passing.
You there, man?
Hi. Yeah.
Hey,
no,
man.
I mean,
sorry, I was late.
Yeah. No, it's no problem. Where were you?
Just out enjoying life, Ted. What do you mean? Where was I?
Crazy stuff has been happening lately, though, Jschlatt. The Queen recently passed.
Ted, I was not there. Okay, I really do not know what you're talking about.
I know this looks really, really bad, but I swear to you, you have to believe me that I had nothing to do with this.
Now listen, there's a kill counter for this video. That's how many people that we know died. That many. I'm not adding real life deaths, all right? This video is already pretty morbid, and I don't want to get demonetized by YouTube. We're not gonna add that, as that would be really weird, bro. It's clear that Jschlatt has a long history behind him, but the most shocking of all is his secret ARG that not many people know about. Only like 300,000 people know about it. You should go watch this video and make it 1 million. Go ahead and watch this video right now. It's crazy. We had to do some map pat shit. Get me to 100K too. Get me to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you. This is not ego. I just need to talk really fast. I love you guys.